Sometimes things just don't go to plan. I am a PhD student and I'm currently writing a section of a chapter that I'm currently working on, and I only had 5,000 words to complete, and I'd given myself 2 weeks to do it outside of the research time because I was going away on holiday and I wanted to finish it before I went. But let's just say that it didn't exactly go to plan. I was trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done, and I was doing the stats and I'd done all the research and I started writing, and then I got sick for like a week. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there and let you see how the rest of the vlog unfolds. But thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you enjoy. Hello, I'm gonna be honest, this is like, I think 4 days later than when I started this video. I've just been sick, basically. It's not been, is it raining? Strange, we've got an insanely blue sky, but it sounds like it's raining. Anyway, basically I started off this work week doing, I think I did like a half day on Monday, and then I got my period and I've just been in full-on sick mode basically. It's now Friday. I never take this much time off over my period, but it has just been rough. So I haven't done anything, I haven't filmed anything, but I thought that I would re-pick this back up because I really just need to get writing with this essay. I'm going away next week, and so I really just have to get this done before I go. This is my big goal. So I thought I would pick up now and continue going. I'm currently at 1,700 words, so 1,736. And as per usual, I've got my, like, what do you call it? I don't know, like wad of paper with all of my quotes and everything that I go through. I'm doing the exact same method as last time, which I can put up here if you want to see the last section that I wrote for my PhD. But I've pretty much put it into sections where I've got different segments that I want to be writing. I'll actually turn this around so you can see. So I've made up my essay plan here, and yes, I'm numbering it using the very German system, but it's helping me order my thoughts. I'm basically going through what people have said about patterning in Gregory of Tours' work so far, and so I'm starting off with a section talking about what other previous historians have said, and then patterning in his minor works, because I'm focusing specifically on his histories, but he's got other works as well. So what people have brought up in the minor works, what people have brought up in the histories, whether it's the non-biblical patterns, the episodes, or the structural patterns, and then what patterning can tell us based on what these people have said, and then my kind of methodology section, smaller methodology section. This is probably going to be moved later on, but it's just helping me having it here right now, and I'm having to learn how to do some stats, which is kind of screwing with my brain, but it's fine, we're getting there. So I've written the draft of this episodic patterns identified so far. I do need to go through these comments, which was just some suggestions that Luke made about what else I could bring up in analyzing the stats. And then I've also written this section, mentions by previous historians, and I'm in the middle of writing patterning in Gregory's minor works. So I've written on the 1980s work and then early 2000s, and I think I'm about to move on to the 2017 article. So it's going well. I think that's mostly what I showed you last time when I was going through how this video started. But I thought I'd jump in here and say, hello, I am alive, I'm still going, and hopefully I can write at least another 1,000 words today. I feel like that's my goal before my brain conks out and my stomach starts hurting again. But I've got my water, I've got my candle, we've got aircon, and yeah, I'm ready to get back into this. So after I've gone and made all of those changes, I will go through and add all of those changes onto my document on Docs. I always need to go back and change page numbers. For some reason, that is something that I always just miss when I'm taking my notes. And honestly, this whole process is the part that is the most time consuming for me when writing an essay. For some reason, I just don't really experience writer's block, and I find actually writing quite easy, even if all of the writing isn't very good. But I do find it really hard to edit my own work, and I don't know if it's because you're being cutthroat to your own work, or I don't know what it is, but it's just, this section is definitely the hardest part of the whole process. And I think as well that's why I'm so glad that I videoed this whole video. I know it's I didn't intend for it to end this way. I often find with writing that I plan for like a week, and I think that's what I was just used to in my undergraduate, when you're just constantly writing all the time and you're reading for university, you're talking about it, you're thinking about it, and then you have such quick turnarounds that you just have to write fast. And I always prided myself in being somebody that could write really quickly, and I know that I don't have problems with writing, but I found this time around with my PhD, when you're not really talking about your research as much as you would when you're attending classes, and you don't, I don't know, it's very, I don't know if it's because it's insular and so it's just you, or maybe there's just something about the fact that I took 2 years in between my master's and my PhD, so I feel like I'm still slightly playing catch up a little bit, but I'm just finding the process taking so much longer than what I'm used to. And yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just trying to learn to accept it and accept the fact that sometimes it takes longer than I plan, and that's okay. Like, writing is a difficult thing, and it's not just writing, it's the editing, it's the proofreading, it's the researching sections that you thought that you'd done enough research for, and then realizing that there's gaps in the research, and so you have to go read a few more articles or whatever. And it's a time-consuming process, and I think that's something that I'm slowly learning to accept and not fight, and try and not get frustrated that I've set myself a deadline and I might have missed the deadline. So yeah, I don't know, I just felt like this was kind of important to talk about, because I feel like as students we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and especially with a PhD where you've got so much work to do and there's some sort of time pressure. And I just feel like I wanted to talk about the process, that it's not always easy, and it's not always me getting a whole bunch of stuff done in a really quick amount of time. It sometimes takes weeks and weeks and weeks to get stuff done. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. Okay, I can very, very happily say that I have finally finished this essay. I mean, I haven't like entirely finished it because I need to write a conclusion, but my brain is not working, and I've decided I'm just gonna send it off, and my supervisor, can just deal with a conclusionless essay. And I'll just write it at a later date, because I do not have the brain power to do that right now. Anyway, it is 24 pages long, 7,357 words, so a bit longer than what I was wanting, but I'm so glad it's done, and I'm so ready to just like send it off into the universe and not have to deal with it for a little while. This has taken so much longer than I thought it would, but it also feels a lot more polished than what I normally submit, so I'm feeling quite good about it. Hopefully it's okay. And yeah, thanks for coming along this random crazy journey. It's taken a while, but I'm so glad it's done, and there's much more to do. This is not the end. That's what PhD is. But yeah, I'll see you with another video very soon.